Nikisha asked, how can you teach students in preschool with special needs? This subject is dear to my heart because my own son, who is my 5th child, he is 7 years old, and I always knew that something was a little bit different from him. After having taught over 1,000 preschoolers, I definitely knew that he was unlike any of them. And I know every mom says that, right? My child is so special, my child is unique, nobody is like my child. Well, my child truly is unique. There was definitely things that I thought, what is going on with my kiddo? From about the age of 3.5, he had so many different things. I could not figure out how would I even go to a doctor to describe all the things that were going on to try to get a diagnosis, as I was trying to figure out what is going on with my son's behavior and trying to maybe not label him, but trying to figure out how I could help him. I was going through all of the different diagnoses, trying to figure this kid out. I would look at sensory processing disorder and I'd say, oh my gosh, yes, 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 yes. Wait, no, no, no. And those seem to be pretty important to the sensory processing disorder diagnosis. So I thought, well, I guess he doesn't have that. And then I would go to autism and I'd say, yes, yes, no, 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 no. And that, okay, well, that doesn't make sense. And I'd go to ADHD and ADD, and I'd go to Tourette's, and I'd go to Asperger's, and I literally would go through all of these different diagnoses, and I'd go through all the symptoms, and I would check, 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 but then no, no, no. And I was like, I don't know what he's got, but I would never go to a doctor to actually figure it out. And that was, honestly, that's one of my downfalls. I should have done that way earlier. But I thought, you know what, maybe he's just, I don't know, he'll grow out of it, you know, age 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5. He didn't grow out of it, guys. He's 7.5 right now and is still dealing with literally all of those diagnoses. We actually did have him diagnosed last year, and he has all of those. And so when you have any person that's in your preschool or even in your family that you have any concern about, always open up a dialogue first off with the family. Here's how I do it. I always go into this conversation very open, and you want to build that rapport before you really start having these conversations. The way that I do it is this. I'll usually invite the family over for an after-school experience where I'll say, hi, I just wanted to quickly chat with you for a minute. I was noticing a couple of these behaviors in class, and I would list the specific behavior, things like, you know, not talking to the other students, or not looking at me in the eyes, or different things of very specific things that I was noticing. Now, by the way, I'm not stating that these are bad behaviors. I just noticed a few things in class, and I give the example of the behavior, and then I say, have you seen that at home? Now, guys, that is the key. When you say, have you seen that at home? It literally opens the door. You're not trying to get argumentative. You're not trying to have them go on the defense. You're opening up the door to having them be able to say either, oh, no, I haven't, actually. I wonder if it's just here at preschool, or no, I haven't, but he is an only child, or no, I haven't. Him and his sisters get along great, right? Or whoever it is. Or they might say, yes, actually I have, and I've actually been really worried about that. I'm glad that you're seeing it also in preschool. Like, what can I do? How is this okay? Is this normal? Like, and all of a sudden you're allowing the parents to share some of their concerns that they've probably already been feeling, or actually, yes, we talked to our doctor about that and he said. So you're starting to find out, what do the parents already know and where are they at? Are they concerned? Are they not concerned? I have had parents that when I talk about a child's concerns about speech, so sometimes I'll say, I'm struggling with understanding them in class. Sometimes when they talk to the other students are having a hard time understanding their words. Sometimes the things that they're saying is not quite clear. I've literally had parents talk to me and say, oh yes, yes, we know exactly what you're talking about, but we do not want him tested or her tested because we don't want them labeled. We don't want that going into elementary school with them. You know, when I was younger, I had this and I, you know, had all these problems growing up in school because of that, and I just don't want that for them. And so, you know, it's gonna grow out. And so literally, guys, the conversations totally change based on what the parents say as soon as you invite the have you seen this at home question. It's the best one, guys. Go into it with that kind of a rapport, a helpful, have you seen this? I want to partner with you. and it opens the door. Now, I've got a lot more information about that in our complete preschool assessment toolkit. If you've heard me mention in this video any of our products like our 30-day challenge or our complete preschool assessment toolkit or even our advanced profit strategies or even any of our systems like the success system or the teaching system or the hiring system or anything, right? Any of our systems, guess what? I have exciting news for you because you can get all of those for free as a Preschool All-Stars member. That's right, you've heard me talking about this before. As a member, you get access to our systems, done-for-you files, and step-by-step video trainings so that you can fast track your success to getting your preschool going. I've got every system you need from the moment you think about starting your preschool all the way to hiring teachers, to streamlining your tasks, to becoming a better preschool teacher, to making more money in your preschool, to filling your preschool classes, to hiring your teachers and your directors, to even creating a private kindergarten, and finally one day selling your preschool. I have it all from A to Z, and I can't wait to share it all with you. You're going to get exclusive free access to that inside of Preschool All-Stars. You'll also get access to me and hundreds of my preschool owners as we support you and cheerlead you on your journey. So if you'd like to be in this exclusive membership community, I invite you to join us. Click the link in the description or go to preschoolallstars.com. I can't wait to support you on this journey. Let's go. But generally the question goes back to, how do you help kiddos with special needs in your classrooms? So sometimes they come in and you don't know that they have special needs. They get enrolled like any other student and you quickly realize, oh, this child, this is something that we kind of have some things that we want to work on, and maybe they do have a speech delay, maybe they have some autistic tendencies, maybe they're on the spectrum, maybe they are a little bit active and hyperactive, but first off, you're not a doctor. If you are a doctor, awesome, but you're not their doctor still. Like they still would have to come, even if you are a doctor, they'd still have to come to you and get a diagnosis. So we cannot diagnose, we cannot label. Now, could you? Sure you could. Should you? No, you should not. Because labels, guys, they're scary things. When parents hear of these labels, and I will first off say to you, I've heard all the labels and I was scared of them because I literally saw them in my son and it scared the heck out of me. So when parents, even if they don't see it in their own child, they see them in TV shows or they hear about it on a movie and they see these things in the world and they say, oh my gosh, autism, or oh my gosh, ADHD, like if my kid had that, whoa, right? And they're scary things from an outsider's perspective. Now, granted, my own son has like 5 or 6 diagnoses. Are they scary to me now? No, because I've been able to be educated in them and I've been learning that it's not a scary thing, it's a very helpful thing because it helps us all get on the same page. I can talk to his elementary school teachers about it and we all speak the same language now about how to help him. But if this is brand new to parents, it is a bit of a scary thing for their kiddo to even have those words. So do not introduce them into your language at all. Even if a parent says, well, do you think they have ADHD? Do you think they have, autism or any other thing like that? I always say, oh, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know, but if we were going to talk about symptoms, you would probably want to write down symptoms that we see or behaviors that we see. Probably not symptoms, I'd say behaviors. Behaviors that you see during the day, and I can definitely write down any behaviors that I see too, so that you can talk to your doctor about those. And your doctor will be able to help guide you and let you know if this is something that you want to keep talking to him about, or if it's not much at all, and we can just work on it together in preschool class. So do you see, again, you're trying to bring them down and remind them that you're not a doctor and that the doctor is the one who would help them, but the doctor would also let them know, is it a concern or not? Or is it just something that needs to be handled internally with parents and teacher participation and partnership? So that is my suggestion on how to deal with anything that comes up where the parents have a question, or the parents are concerned, or you notice something and you have a question or a concern. Now, let's say that a preschooler actually does want to attend your preschool, but maybe they do have a delay or a disability or any other special need. That situation, honestly, is going to be a case-by-case basis on how able you are to help their child. So you being the only teacher, you can't be everywhere, every time for everybody. And I think most people will know that when they start researching preschools. There are preschools like Head Start and other free preschools that will service students that have special needs. And that's great because they have staff that is literally trained to be able to help those students. I was not trained in special needs. Have I hired preschool teachers that have been trained with special needs students? Absolutely, and they're phenomenal preschool teachers. However, that's not something that I advertise openly that, oh, you know, anyone who has special needs, we can help you, because we can't always help every single student. We still have 12 students in every class, and every class will be different, of course, based on how many students you want to have in a class, and your state will allow you to have in a class. But for our area, we can have up to 12 students, and we only have one preschool teacher. So in our preschool, most of the class dynamic is full of standard learners. However, do we still have students with special needs or delays? Absolutely. But the majority of the kiddos in our community who would require additional assistance and extra assistance would usually go to the free preschool or to Head Start because they have those teachers who are trained, and sometimes they have additional staff members that can be assigned to them. We just don't. We only have one teacher per class. And so when parents are researching opportunities for their child, they see, oh, this one has 12 students with one teacher. I'm not sure how that's going to work for my child. And they'll usually self-determine of all the preschools in the area which one is going to serve their child best, as they should, right? And so they'll usually go to the one that their child will have the most support, which will be a free preschool or a Head Start program. And that's why our students in our program are typical standard learners. And honestly, some students who have definitely some hyperactivity, but maybe haven't been labeled. We did have a student who came to us who did have medicine for his ADHD, which was not a big deal at all. And then we also had a set of twins who both had autism, and honestly, it's a wonderful experience to be able to serve all of these students. So what I suggest as you're enrolling your students for your preschool, make sure that you feel confident and comfortable in your abilities to be able to serve these students. This is a great opportunity for you to get more education, but do be aware that just because someone comes to you wanting to put their child in your preschool program, you don't have to say yes. If you don't feel qualified to teach that child because of whatever things that they need additional assistance for, and you want to ensure that that child gets the best preschool experience, and maybe you just don't have that knowledge and that training, that is okay. What my suggestion is to be able to find the preschools in your area that can serve that child to their best potential. Places like a free preschool or a Head Start program would be a wonderful place for that child to go to if you are not able to help them in your preschool program. So those are all of my ideas. Post in the comments below if you've had a child in your preschool class with special needs, and what was your favorite experience with that child. And as always, please comment, like, subscribe, and share so I can get more of these videos to you.